All right. It looks like we are live. I really hope so anyway. Waiting to get my confirmation. There it is. Fantastic. We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to Kerbal Space Program RP0 live, the build-a-sodes. So last time we were working on this neat little guy, the disposal unit. We've just got a little fit and finish that we need to put on here, namely deployment stuff. So I'm going to go here, and I think this was the problem last time, is that I did not have the decoupler facing the right way. So we need to do that first. We'll face it upside down so that it actually detaches it. Nope. Okay, come on. There we go. And bring this diameter way the hell down because we don't need it to be very heavy at all. And then time to strut it up and see if we can't secure this beast. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, there we go. Ah, wrong way. And I hope that meant that all four, 1, 2, 3, 4, sweet. Let's hit it again. I'll probably go from this side. There we go. Struts. Fantastic. All right, and save. All right, and I guess we should just do a little test run. Simulate. 5 minutes should be more than enough. We need to prove that this thing can work. Ooh. All right, there we go. How's it going, Simulation Gaming? Good to see you. So I think I figured out why we were doing everything wrong last time with the decouplers not decoupling. I had them facing the wrong way, so we're gonna try this again. Nope, this is basically live, German Kerman. This is just a little fit and finish, some polish. So we're gonna remove these down here. Boom! Nice. Now we should be free to articulate all the things that articulate. Clamshell is open. Edit groups. We need to do this one by one because I'm dumb. Whoa! Okay. I hope that was just the separators coming back down. What's going on, Wookie? Good to see you. Alright, there's that. So I now Rototron. Yeah, that clipping's not going to be a problem at all. Alright, and then the cylinder. I haven't adjusted any of the hinges yet, so, but it looks like everything is articulating normally. Yes. Alright, we can kind of get this thing flat. Alright. It's that and that. Link. Switch vessel. Break. Oh, what? Good job. Well, then there's that. Oh. Yeah, Infernal Robotics is extra fickle all the time at all the things. I'm just gonna see if we can't write this thing. Nope. So once it's over like this, it's done. We can't, yeah, alright. So I'm really hoping that was just me screwing up with the, I should have articulated the other hinge, I should have buried the platform. Oh well. Cartwheel face. The flying frying pan. We could do that. Yeah, now I want a schnitzel. Alright, so I'm ready to call this pretty much ready. Oh, we need to do the fairing resize, which is the worst part. Oh, that's certainly helpful. Auto sizing? What? Ah, jeez. Auto struts on. Auto shape, because you're obviously not going to be helpful. The biggest clamshell possible. Right. No, I'm doing this all wrong. Okay. Nope. Still. Jeez. Alright, fine. Is it just me, or did those things reset? Okay. That looks like it gets everything inside the fairing nicely. I should have used a different fairing. Ah. I'm gonna have to move these hinges just to make anything happen. This was dumb. Come here, fairing. Thank you. So I'm just happy that I can get the fairings to work at all. Even though, yeah, now everything needs to be redone. Oh boy. This is excellent. Right about like... come on. Come on. Oh, okay, fine. Now looks like it's on there well enough. I should have moved the fairings and not the hinge, because now I need to tuck the hinge in. And they're not going to want to do that. I have tried 1.3.1 RP1. It is different-ish. I'll give it that much. I can't weigh in on whether or not I like it yet, because I haven't given it enough. I'm actually kind of waiting around for a full release. Wookie, that's like 3 bad puns all in a row. Good job. In simulation gaming, it sounds like an accurate description. Although, who was it? No, never mind. I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway, oh no, where did... Oh, good. Oh, good. I should have... Alright, so are both of those hinges in the clamshell? That's hinge 1, that's hinge 2. They're both moving to the negative. So the max should be like, what, 0? Yeah, okay, good. We're all grouped. Thunk. Peaceful. Excellent. I mean, you're a little late, Pulsified, but I won't hold it against you. Not this time. Well, I build stuff like a year in advance, German Kerman. And then when you keep rebuilding the same rockets, and then you build some and you scrap duplicates that you don't need anymore, you save a whole lot on your build rate time. Alright, so now a good question is how to reinforce the structure of the Aero shell from the outside still make them jettisonable. This was my current idea. So the bottom will stick. Oh god, which side's the bottom? They never bothered to label these things. So we're just going to have to trial and error it. I'm sorry, we're going to have to do one more simulation on this thing. No, I'm not even going to bother with that. All right. Okay, very quick. Simulate, simulate. So here's the other question. Do we build a backup disposal unit that goes up in a very simple crate with 2 hinges to open the door as a backup in case I screw this up like I have done in pretty much every simulation we've ever run? Or do we let that slide until after I've screwed it up? Because a crate would be so much simpler. Alright, so first we can fire the engines. Nope, we can't because there's throttle. Okay. Nope, those are backwards. Alright, revert. Revert to VAB. Oh, I fully intend to send this version to the moon. I'm just wondering if I screw it up on the moon, which is very much a non-zero chance. It's actually probably like high 90% chance. Do I build a backup as a do I build a backup that ships in a crate that's much simpler and much less likely to fail? Or do I wait until I've screwed it up and then build the backup? Alright, hold on a second. There's got to be a texture that has some kind of directional something that I can, like a design at one end that's not at the other. There we go. There's one. Because I don't know if I flipped it on the correct axis. Oh, seriously? Structural. Struts. There's the struts. Okay. Okay. And I should probably action group stuff accordingly, so yeah. Those will go after the engines. Those will go next. And then that one. This one we can actually disable staging on. Go. And yeah, those fairings will never actually need to go, but that's fine. Okay, save, simulate. Last one promised, then we're going to do some other stuff. Alright, so tell me about this Luna multiplayer thing, Simulation Gaming. Is that, I mean, I don't know. Last time I played any KSP multiplayer, it was dark multiplayer, and I've heard that since then it's light multiplayer, and now you're talking about Luna multiplayer, and I don't understand any of this. I don't know. I enjoyed some of playing on DMP. What blew up? Hopefully just a landing leg. Okay, throttle to 0. Engines. Yes! Action bullets. Alright, I think we're good here. Now, you know what? One last run. Clamshell. That still folds very nicely. Action bullets. Action bouncing. Oh. Oh, the bouncing. Alright, Rototron. A little bit of clipping never hurt anybody. Alright, so that should totally not bounce. Okay, explosions. Sorry. There we go. That should totally not bounce. It's actually pushing up on the lander, so... Career support. I'm very curious as to how they made that all work. Oh, smooth as... Oh, that was awesome! And look at this angle on this platform. Control from here. Brakes off. Oh, excellent. We don't even have to actually drive back onto the platform. We just need it at such an angle that we can access it easily and drop off our cargo. That is perfect. I am quite pleased with all of this. Revert. VAB. Yes! Falsified, that's the best theory I've ever heard. Mating dance. Alright, so let's retract those. Let's give these a paint scheme good enough. Solar panels. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, well, this will be an easy fix. We'll just slap it on there and see if it works. We don't need anything ridiculous, just enough to feed our avionics. Y'all even... this is always the worst. 1, Oh, jeez. 2. Perfect. That should do it. Save. Disposal unit delta. What's our total tonnage here? 29 tons. Okay, so we can probably put this on a DN2 and be perfectly happy with it. Enjoy your snacks, German Kerman. There's a certain level of vintageness. Alright. Save. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to hit new. Cancel. New. Alright. So, I don't know, I haven't exactly been secretive about it, but I do want to eventually get around to doing a crewed Venus orbital station. Why did I hit load? That was dumb. New. We need to do new. New. So I figured we'd start to build something out as a total station here in the VAB. We'll break it down into parts that'll be boxed up and shipped separately. But I'm hoping that we can get something working together here, and I'll kind of use it as a blueprint for improvements to Harmonia Station that sits around Mars. And so I guess first thing, we're going to need a big hefty guidance unit with 150 tons of leeway, so we don't have to... No. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Okay. So we're going to have basically 2 axes here and here. Or how did I want to do this? Yes. Pretty much like that. Okay. So I'm going to build out the central hub core thing first. Utility is what I was looking for, because we're going to need docking ports. Even though that's the worst idea ever, it's probably way up here somewhere. So can anybody... Oh, that's 70 grand. I am going to get like 3 million for taking the contract, but I think we're just going to stick with the Apollo level stuff for now. You know what, we'll build top down. No, not 4 of them. Jeez. Awesome. There we go. And you try to dip anything into the atmosphere at Venus and see what happens. I mean, Aero capture is one thing, dipping down from an orbital speed and then coming back up. And I guess it doesn't even really need wings to do that. Just a very, very mild heat shield. Okay, so... Right. Anyway, going to have your shape. Take the bottom out to 2 meters. Oh, that was dumb. That was the one I meant to hit. Yes. How's it going, none you concern? Yes, but Wookie, we don't need wings to do that. Repulsified, you tell him to give it back. I demand it back. It hasn't randomly deleted itself in quite a while, so I guess I should be quite happy about that. Oh, I do have this that's only 2 grand. Let's go ahead and unlock this thing. I have multi-adapters now? When did that happen? Oh, it's tiny. Can we scale this up? Yes. Okay, hold on a second. I need to picture some stuff in my head. Alright. Yes, that is what I want. I also want robotic parts. Docking washing standard, docking washer free. We're going to go with standard. Scale you up. And the base is the part that does not move, so we need to switch this. Attach this. What kind of station are we going for? Functional. Hopefully. Hopefully very functional. Alright. Actually, I can just copy. No. Dang it. The docking port that I wanted to copy didn't copy. Ah, yeah, I should have figured that part out. Ta-da! So actually, I can alt copy this onto at least two sides. Like so. Alright, so let's get this arm built out first. It'll be docked like so. And science. Where's my lab? There we go. Alright, and this thing comes in at what? You gonna tell me here? 12.5 tons, 12.74 tons fully loaded. Oh, good. The dogs have decided to join me and party, so I apologize for all the racketing noises that are going to be inevitable. Am I in utility? Yes, sort of. 6.12. Where's the 2 that I was looking at earlier? Because I kind of did some mathy things. Believe it or not, I did some mathy things. Alright, 6.6 tons. Alright, sorry. Alright, and one of these. Oh, thanks for subscribing, none you concern. That's pretty awesome. Thank you very much. Alright, so, oh, I was doing math a second ago. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Alright, so, 6.672 plus 3.8318 is 10.5, give or take. .18 is our difference. So these are about half a ton apiece. We can do 4 of these. Alright, and let me just make sure I got all my mechanics right. Whee! And then we can strut them all together. Let's EVA parts, because we're going to have to do that on EVA. No, they're in utility, the KIS struts, aren't they? Let's set you to 0. For there. Oh, I can't bolt stuff to this part? That... what? This is ridiculous. I protest. Alright. So is this suitable hab and lab modules? It might have to be Boris. We don't have very many engineers on staff. We actually need to hire some more, but I think their rookie levelness might dictate whether or not they get assignments, or whether or not they can use tools, really. Alright, so off on... oh... yeah, I guess if I put a life support tank on either side, so long as it's similar... ah, but they might not be similar-ish, and I still need a large docking hub for stuff like Artemis. It's being so mean to Boris. So much. Hey, Wookie, you were the one who piloted the Boris and his bad eyesight theory. Now you're just being mean. Because that whole axle is going to spin. We're going to need a drive/capture burn thing down here. Oh yes, I plan on getting a Venus orbital station built. And actually, while I'm thinking about this, we need to up the speed on these. Let's go for 5. Alright, is this gravity or is this throw-up ride? Venus does in fact offer the opportunity. Yeah, mass so far is 28. Oh, come on. Yes, empty crew cabins. I don't think it'll let me pin it open. Yeah. About 28 tons currently. I would say all of these are empty, so I guess their mass is negligible. And I don't know what the mass of this thing is. But since that's a focal point, I guess it doesn't really compute. But these two should be even at about 12.5 tons apiece. I don't know how happy I am with those hab bubbles. And all the doors are on that side. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not very happy with them. But I need an extra 2 tons on this side to balance the weight. I imagine we'll get some wicked oscillations. I mean, I could put a 2-ton battery. Right now, they're nothing. I was thinking of them as space holders, but I actually don't think we need them. If I scale this back down, it might actually be the same size as the hubs. Actually, just for a second, let me try something. What was that thing in structural? Yeah, but then there's nothing on this to fasten. What am I thinking of? The struts to, which worries me a little bit. So I actually think, yeah, I'm gonna keep it as is. Go. Make them crew tubes. Like, switch the part out for a an airlock tube. So I'm worried about using something that's expendable because over time its mass is going to change, whereas the spinning action is not. So, crew tubes. Crew tubes, crew tubes. That's interesting. Oh, utility. So I think the most advanced one I have unlocked currently is the APAS 8995. It's 70 grand to unlock. Androgynous peripheral attach system. Rulable no, passable yes. Not passable and surface attached. So simulation gaming, did you mean by crew tubes? Oh. Airlocks are not passable? Well, that's interesting. Okay, so those two are connected. I would like to figure out how to make the whole thing connected. Use the search bar for crew tube. Am I just searching for crew tube? Yep, looks like it. Crew tube, procedural. Well, that does go changing things a little bit. Also, first time I've ever used the search bar. I really don't need... Oh, maybe I do need passability on all axes. Alright. Well, that's convenient. Oh, jeez. Ah, come on. Yeah, alright, fine. Cone. Yeah, they don't seem to scale as well as everything else does. Which is weird. Nope, don't need you. Alright. So what does connected living space have to say? Yep. Boom. Alright, I'll take it. So, am I reading that correctly? That now all of these spaces are connectable? Like a funnel Wookie? Are you talking about a funnel? I really wish I could strut it to, like this thing would make me just feel so much better. No, we're just not going to do that, huh? Excellent. Okay. That's fantastic. So if I put another one down here, all of that's connected. Fantastic. Alright, so now we can do power supply, and we're going to have to build like a docking hub of some stripe somewhere that'll give us enough clearance to make Artemis not run into this stuff. So I think actually we're going to have a large... No, well... this is silly trying to think about this in like an actual something or other. So I'm going to keep with my original plan right now and build a power couple up here that will have power. So first we'll start with a battery, a large one. I'll take it. Alright, structural. Just go with some dead weight for no good reason whatsoever. Appropriately sized, I'll take it. That should give us enough clearance, right? And we've actually got some new solar panels that are not in that category. 30 grand. Jeez. Do I just want to go with these and scale them up because it's easier? Oh yeah. Extend. Probably only need 2 of these, but Boris is going to break 3 of them, so... I still need to figure out 2 tons to put over here. Dang it. Huh, I've never seen these before. That's interesting. Alright, what can weigh 2 tons that can go on this side of the HAB module? Well, the solar panels aren't going to spin. It's just this core module. And so, like, even this bottom section down here is not going to spin. Like, this is the only spinny part. Yeah, I could put a battery over there. I could make it another battery. How much does this battery weigh? That's 7 tons of battery. We can really tuck that down quite a bit. Okay, so that's 1.62 tons of battery. We can do that again. Tell me, yeah, that's about the right size. So, service module, electric charge, and UI, what are we at? 5 tons. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Four tons, 3 tons. Yeah, 2.48 ton. It's basically just an end cap. That is 2 tons of battery. So this entire center core rotates. So hopefully everything that's strutted together will be all part of the same rotational axis. So yeah, like nothing down here is going to get strutted to anything up here. It's all going to exist just as its own thing. It's our current tonnage, 31 ton. It's not bad. Is that absolutely too ridiculous? Oh, I'm going to need radiators too, so we probably are going to have to go down to 2 of these. Oh, so we're going to need the radiators. The biggins. Long cylindrical crew tube. Yes, we're gonna have to sort out something for the docking eventually. Retractable radiators. I don't know, these are the small ones even. It's so ridiculous that these are small. Actually, for right now, I'm gonna leave these other... Oh, these are... I did not ever update these to crew tube ones, did I? Fuel tank procedural, crew tube procedurals. Nope, y'all can go. We're just gonna copy this over. So in case, if we ever want to expand the station... didn't hit Alt quick enough. There we go. Alright, current mass is 35 tons. Probably get some comms on here while I'm thinking about comms for no apparent reason whatsoever. Alright, that's fair enough. Manned Venus landing. Yeah. If I'll see how you pull it off first, and then we'll I look forward to seeing your entry, German Kerbin. I switched this to a crew tube, so the idea is that we'll put a docking hub down here somewhere where an Artemis can get in here with plenty of clearance to dock outside of the rotational array, and then they can just exit. Oh, yeah, but that top part of the Artemis... Well, I guess we're making updates to the Artemis. We can switch that top fuel tank with the parachutes mounted to it and the docking port out for a crew tube, a part that I never knew existed until just today, and make that a passable doohickey again. That could be kind of awesome, actually. Alright. Okay, so I need to think here for a second. to think. So I think on these we'll probably mount sciencey equipment for all the sciencey things to feed the lab. Down here, we need to have a passable structure. I mean, really, we could attach to this a drive module that'll help capture an orbit, and then we ditch said drive module and just dock the Artemis straight to this bottom port. It seems to make the most amount of sense. Is that just me? Or does that seem to make the most amount of sense? Resupply module docking. Good point, Wookie. Simulation gaming, I think in 1.1.3, no, it does not simulate pressure limits, just temperatures. What do you mean by the same module used in orbit used on the surface sounds kind of cheaty? I don't plan on putting anything on the surface of Venus, especially not a Kerbal. Well, I mean, I've put things there. I just don't plan on putting Kerbals there, I guess. Alright, so I guess we're going to need a crew tube. Nope, wrong button there. Row. Really? Can't go at a diameter below 2 meters? That's really dumb. Fine. Be that way. I say squeezing in between those solar panels is not my idea of fun. Like to kind of leave that off limits. And I could pause the rotation, let them sit in 0G for the hour or two it'll take me to scrape something across this docking port effectively enough. This is a little excessive, isn't it? Yeah, this is a little excessive. I don't think I need to do quite all of this. That does give me the clearance I'm looking for, and all the struts and stuff. And a 4-hub docking down here for both Artemis, a drive module, resupply pods. Man, it looks really dumb. Not gonna lie, it looks really dumb. How would we do 3 ports, Wookie? This gives us lots of room, which is the problem I'm running into with Harmonia, is we didn't have enough docking ports to make it work quite yet. Yeah, so I think the doggos have a toy that's shaped kind of similar. Oh man, Tyler must be not playing Kerbal Space Program then. Yeah, so actually I would have to remove this one. Oh no, because if we're going to connect... Yeah, because anything that's attached to this to capture into orbit, because, oh god, we are not aero capturing this thing. It really can't be attached by a docking port, because it's going to smash off. What's our total tonnage? 39 tons. That's not too bad. But all of this is accessible by crew, and that makes me really happy. Like, I kind of want to keep it that way. And I think that's enough room to clear for an Artemis. Do I have an... I don't have an Artemis sub-assembled in here, do I? I don't need one, I just need a 4-meter part. Yes, I removed the spinny shit from the lower complex. Wookie. Yeah, no, Artemis would be way up top. So, no. So, pods. And that'll actually sit a little... I should do it on this side because that's the longer and more diameter-y side. Alright, this is just a sizing test, so this is not actually a thing that's going to be here. Okay. So that would be about the width of an Artemis. How much clearance do we have, really? We can go out to about 7 meters on one of these ports and be fine. So let's take this back down to 5 and just clean it up a bit. I'm going to make the docking so hard if I size this down. Can I wedge into that without banging into stuff? That'll be quite a challenge, won't it? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But it can be done in this configuration exactly. Alright, real quick, I want to set up some action-y groupy things and pull this outside and make sure they work. Nope, alright, fine, be that way. Okay, action groups. Move plus. Yeah, group 1. And then try that one to move minus. Alright. Yep, just one each. Okay, good. And then action group 9. Deploy. Toggle panels. Toggle radiators. Toggle comms. Alright. Save. Parts. What are we doing? Launch. Tetrahedral junction would be ideal. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, I forgot to hit simulate. 5 minutes, simulate. I just want to see if I can action group the spinny thing so I can just hit a button and make it start spinny. And then ignore it from then on out, because I think that would be best. So we'll just have to see what happens here. Tetrahedral, so all the ports are angled down. That's very interesting. I wonder what the minimum angle is so that we could have a supply pod, because I'm really kind of hoping to reuse the, no, I can't reuse the supply pods that I use for Homonia because I rely on aero capture for those, and we're going to need to propulsively capture at Venus. Inertia always screws me over. The two of them are fighting against each other. Ah, dang it. This is a terrible idea. Why did you let me do this? Alright, edit groups. If we just spin one of them... Well, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. You work fine in the VAB, dude. I could probably switch this one out for a freestanding washer. Alright. I guess I learned what I wanted to. So do I just, should I try to switch the rotational axis of one of them, or should I switch it out for a freestanding washer? Because, man, see here in the VAB, this works great. Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. This is the problem. The red base tab is down here, locking all of this in with this docking couple. It needs to be like this. Right? Yeah, this will go well. This will go real well. Huh. Alright, so let's trade this one out for a free washer that has no motor, I guess. Is that, man, I really hope that does what I think it does. Does not lock. Does not respond something. Control. Moves freely when a force is acted upon it. Designates fixed base. Let's just see what happens. Whoa. Okay then. Nope, that's the button I hit the first time. I'm so stupid. There we go. Fixed base is facing down. That's what I want to test for. Save. Simulate. 5 minutes. It's only $4,200. Interstellar style docking would be cool. Oh god. No spoilers, but I just had a lot of fun in Orbital Mars, and it is not nearly as cool when you're trying to do it yourself. 2001 A Space Odyssey style docking would be cool. Well, good night, German Kerman. Thanks for coming out, man. I really appreciate it. Have a good morning, evening. etc. Alright. Wobbles. This is working so incredibly well. So, where is... Oh, that's got the fixed base up there. Well, yeah, that should be fine. It should be... Where's my other docking washer? Yeah, okay, that should just spin freely. And the motor should be spinning this base part. But it's not. I don't quite understand this. Alright. I'm gonna do something that's generally against my rules. Hack gravity. Still nothing spins. That's very interesting. Alright then. Unhack gravity. It seems to have figured it out. I think Simulation Gaming has joined the cult of Boris. The anti-cult of Boris? Yeah, go back to the previous version and hack gravity there. Alright. Revert to the VAB. Wait, Wookie, is there a part, the tetrahedral matrix? Can't talk that well. Has angles at 109.5 degrees. Is that a part? I don't know. I guess I need to figure out how to make this spinny thing work the way I want it to before I start figuring out this. This can just act as a dummy assembly for right now, for all I care. Alright, robotic parts, docking washer standard. I want the base up top. Yes. Maybe? Alright. And so the speed on that is what? 5? Speed 5. Acceleration 4. Speed 5. Acceleration 4. Invert axis. Let's try that. Save. Simulate. God. $4,200 per simulation. Okay. Just a geometry concept. You're talking about it like it was an actual part. And I was like, well, that would be real easy instead of me trying to sit here and tilt on the angle part puller thing and try to set it all up to be exact, etc. It seems like it would be a good part, though. I would use it. I mean, probably. I guess it depends on how it's rendered. And stuff. Alright. Lows. Let's see if this works without doing the dumb things. Almost. It almost works. I guess invert axis isn't really needed since they're facing opposed to each other. Uninvert axis. I wonder if they're trying to spin the part with the lowest mass. Alright, so let's try it the cheaty way. Hack gravity. Alright, we're gonna time warp so you can... Nope. That was a bad idea. That was a real bad idea. Oh boy. Alright, you know what? Yeah. Fly, my pretty. That's really interesting. There's... like, this center part still won't rotate. Come on, let me click on you. Yes, smash. Smash all the things. Pulsified, you might be right. I do not think this is a good idea either. Alright, how about engage lock? That one must be the one that's locked. So why won't you spin no matter what? Are they just not strong enough to spin that kind of tonnage, even in zero gravity? Because that just ruins everything for me. Like, they're both on this axis. So they should both rotate around just like they did in the VAB. But they just don't, and I'm wondering if they just lack the torque to spin this kind of mass. Because everything works in the VAB no matter what, even if it's like strutted together. Yeah, my Venus station is just big boned. And also Pulsified if you have a good idea to contribute. I would gladly like to hear it, because this is not working the way I want it to, and it's making me a little angry. This is what makes me mad. This works great. This works exactly as intended. And both of them are spinning the same direction, along the same axis, and this should be fine. But it just isn't. It just isn't fine. Thinking in progress. Loading. Loading good ideas. Alright, so anybody who has any amount of experience with Infernal Robotics, I would love to hear your ideas. They would be extraordinarily well received. In the meantime, I'm just so unhappy with the bottom half of the station. It's driving me crazy. I don't quite know what to do about it. Because it might be like this out of necessity. So it would be really nice to have 2 big supply modules and maybe even 2 Artemis craft docked to this. Or really, I guess with the new bigger Artemis, we can bring the entire crew out that we need in one flight. Because that can carry, what, 6 people? 6 Kerbals? That would give us 2 scientists, 2 engineers, and technically 2 pilots. Hey, you know, I really don't care if they're Russian-inspired. Try on some small parts to see if the concept itself is possible. It's like try a different Rototron. Just with low mass. Doesn't really do much to decrease our mass. So yeah, these parts would be relatively easy to replicate. So actually, let's just see if we can get the appropriate axis of spin without those attached at all. And see what happens like this. This probably should have been how I tested it initially. Oh, why did I hit save? That was really dumb. Let's try this. I want to see if they're just fighting against the clamps or if the mass is a consideration. Because how it's set up right now should work. It really, really should work. It's just not, and that's frustrating as hell. If this works, then we'll try with some dummy mass, and then we'll try, because I don't know. We know it doesn't work with the full load, and that makes me kind of angry. Very angry, actually. Close. You can go away. Like, I should just be able to do this, and yeah, no. It's like they're fighting each other. Yeah, neither one of them wants to spin. I guess this bottom one is trying to rotate this, and that's not working. So maybe, yeah, I probably should switch that one. And this is trying to... I don't understand why this top one doesn't... Oh, that's the fixed base. That's trying to rotate this, but while this is fixed, it's trying to rotate against this. I think I understand. Let's try something slightly different. I'm going to switch the top Rototron around and see if that doesn't cure this. Although really... On either one, the module facing away from the central hub should be attached to the fixed base. Like the rotatey part should be, both of them should be facing in. Well, the way Infernal Robotics does it is the red notch indicates the fixed base, so it's trying to rotate this bottom, or like, it's trying to rotate what's above it. So this one obviously is trying to spin against these docking clamps and it's not working. This one, the fixed base is up here, so this would be the fixed part, and it's trying to rotate this, which is attached to all of this. And while that one's not rotating, it's trying to push against those docking clamps and not working. So I'm going to try separating this, spinning this around, make sure we're right. Okay, that's good. Save and simulate. Go. So this should get our solar panel thing spinning, if I'm right. Okay, so yeah, that part still firing against the base. So which one of you is struggling against the load at this point? That's definitely the bottom one, so why isn't the top one spinning those stupid solar panels? Yeah, it's like, it's not moving at all. Oh, this is so frustrating. Let me just try one more time with the hack gravity. Unhack gravity. Gravity is still hacked. Fire them off. I wonder if it's just a glitch because I sized them up. Because that's really, really annoying. Alright, revert to the VAB. Yeah, it is infernal. Oh, so maddening. Whew, some spicy whiskey. I kind of wish this was more fun. I kind of wish these Rototrons would just work the way I want them to. The sad part is he's about to figure out that the Infernal Robotics parts are not passable according to a connected living space, so none of this is accessible to any of this no matter what. So what if I just switched both of them for freestanding washers, and yeah, used RCS to spin up the station? It worked in editor, it's spinning, your eyes just don't work officially. I need to connect something that actually crews Kerbals to see. So we'll go back and put our sciencey things back on. What is this? Big Brother stereo surveillance camera. Oh, when did I unlock that? Where's that lab? Come on. It always looks tiny in the window, so I always glance over it because it looks like 9/10 of the instruments. There it is. Perfect. Alright, well, Pulsified, thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. We'll see you again soon. No, the Infernal Robotics parts are not passable. So all of this is useless. Useless. Useless, I say. Oh, so infuriating. Alright. We're gonna try something a little different. Robotics, freestanding washer, shouldn't matter. Well, Wookie, if you can get me a config that makes these washer things work the way I want them to, I would be so incredibly grateful. Did I just put the same washer up top that I didn't want to have up top? Yeah, that's a standard free moving. Standard free moving, okay. So I'm just going to copy another one of these to the other side. Alright, and no, that is not at all what I wanted. Engine, MMH and N2O. Let's try that. MMH and N2O. Simulate. Needs the exact part names according to the .config file for those parts. Yeah, I'm gonna try it with a 1 kilonewton thruster. If we can get anything here to work, I'll be happy with it. But we might be swatting Kerbals in low Venus orbit because the connected living space thing just doesn't want to work with us, and that makes me very sad. Very, very sad indeed. I would even be really happy if we could, if even also the power tower up top spun. You can go away. Connected living space. Hack gravity is probably still on. Wow, that was quite a jumble. Throttle, no SAS. We should probably do... Why do I have 2 engines? Oh, great. Let's do 1. Activate engine. Activate engine. Thank you. No? This isn't highly pressurized. Jeez. Okay. I'll get something right at some point, I promise. Loosely. So wait a minute, Wookie, are you telling me you have Infernal Robotics segment tubes? KSP requires you to micromanage and be fully aware of everything that's going on, and I'm a shot of whiskey and half a beer way beyond doing that. I can't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. Service module, highly pressurized, true. Simulate. Another 4800 out the hole. That's really interesting, Wookie. I'm kind of curious as to what that is, too. And why they're included with Infernal Robotics. So unless they articulate, it doesn't make much sense for them to be there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all. Wah wah. Okay, well, on that note, Wookie, next week's stream is going to be recording for episode 400. We'll actually only be at like 398 by the time we get there. But I will record it on Wednesday, and we can record episode 400 together. It'll go to tape and editing and then be uploaded on Saturday, so that when it comes into the lineup, it will actually be episode 400. Absolutely zero rotation. Yeah, it was not what I wanted to click on at all. Okay. So, oh, that's the base. So that part's not going to rotate, and that's the base. So, okay, since this is this whole everything above this point should be rotating, but it is not. So you know what? We're just going to do one last test, revert, VAB, and we're going to make this thing spin. So help me God. So yes, next week, same crash time, same crash channel, episode 400 live. You can thank Simulation Gaming for all the screw-ups that are going to happen, but we're going to try to land on Mars with a crew. Live. Based on how well this is going, I can only imagine how well that's going to go. But, you know, like, write it down. All of you. And when things go well and people die, I will... I don't know. I'll probably either yell at Simulation Gaming or I'll bribe you for a second chance. One of these things will happen. Is that angled down? Why are we angled down? That makes no sense. There might have been some sledgehammer shouting involved. Just saying. I will be taking bets, yes. Alright, let's spin this thing. Is it going to spin now? For all of our 2.5 seconds of runtime? Yes. The Jeremy Clarkson approach. I'll say, if there's anything that was going to spin this thing, we need to make sure that it's Infernal Robotics being dumb and not me being dumb, I think. Alright. Oh, it's... Seriously? You're gonna do that to me? You're gonna tell me you can't... I'm so angry. I'm... Wow. Oh, I'm... That only cost us $5,000 to figure out. Yeah. It's learning, becoming more Kerbal. So how can we irritate him today? Oh, excuse me. It's wow. This is the thing, apparently. Wow. 1 kilonewton thrusters didn't need to be ullaged. Caster 1, what's your thrust? 268. Yeah. Fine. Last one. Promise. Thanks for hanging out, Mr. Pino. Greatly appreciate it. The Space Needle takes 750 watts of power to rotate it. That thing rotates really slow, too. It's obviously not creating 1G. Although, man, that would be one hell of a restaurant to eat at. I mean, 1G of Earth gravity plus 1G of rotational gravity, you have to have the tables tilted at 45 degrees for anything to stay on them. Nope. Nope. Come down here. Okay. It is. And it's not in 0G. Alright, go. Really? This is super interesting. Because really, everything above this hinge should just be spinning freely. And it's not. You see that thing is actually struggling against us. It looks like. He's docking rotation. Thanks. Thanks for your rotation there, buddy. Are you gonna tell me that... It says y'all are free moving. You're obviously not free moving. Because nothing is moving. Alright, well... That was interesting and kind of a failure. So much disappointment. I don't understand why these parts aren't working, and I can only assume it's because I've scaled them up. That makes me really sad. So, I guess I'm going to have to dig around with this stuff a little later. And try to figure something out. I mean, it has to be because I've scaled them up, or that the attachment nodes grow when you scale them, so I actually have everything attached to one side of the docking washer. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think when we built the origami, we had to scale these down to make them work with the hinge, and they work just fine. Scaling them up for some reason acts really dumb. Oh well, alright. I mean, I deleted that battery that I made. That makes me really sad. Oh well. Alright guys, it is time for me to get going. I have some homework that I have to attend to. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Wednesdays are always my favorite day of the week. So keep up the good work. It's really good to see all of you. And I hope you'll come back and join me next week, and we're going to try to land on Mars. And I'm probably only going to screw it up 2 or 3 times, instead of every single time. Like this one. Thank you, everyone, for coming by. I really do appreciate it. I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.